So I kind of have a dilemma. I mean, I love drones. I absolutely love drones. I really want to go and do more commercial gigs and, really hone in on my skill set. But the problem is, drones are a dime a dozen. They're making them easier to understand, easier to operate. Everyone wants to fly a drone. How can you make money doing something that everyone knows how to do? I think I have an idea. Okay, so this is not my footage, but this is the goal. Okay, so here we are. So before we can get going, we gotta open this puppy up. So this is not your typical DJI drone that you get, that everybody uses. So yeah, this is all the stuff. So before we can even get started, we have to put the thing together, right? Like, this is not what you would expect from a drone package. I told you, this is much more difficult. We have to identify all the pieces. It looks like an antenna. I mean, this is gonna take forever. I mean, this is why most people don't get into the hobby, because you have to start with something like this. Well, you actually can get them pre-made, but my thought is I'm already afraid to crash it. So with DJI, you just send it back or get another one or they repair it. With this, I feel like we will crash much more often. So with that being the case, if I build it, I feel comfortable fixing it. I shouldn't be afraid to crash. But first thing we have to do is get this thing together. Man, that was really intense. I mean, it took forever to build, countless videos of watching to make sure that, everything was flowing just right. Got the GoPro mount connected. Yeah, I mean, that was programming. You had to program the thing to make sure that the propellers were spinning in the appropriate direction. But I can say that it's finally built now. Now that it's built, the only thing to do is fly. But I'm still a little nervous. I think I need to go to a simulator first. Okay, so here we are in the simulator. You see how the drone can drift left and right? It's not like your typical auto leveling drone. I have full control. It also makes it easier to crash. But I love the way this looks. It's more cinematic. This is something that you don't see when you're looking at everyday drone footage. Now, I know it looks like I'm completely in control, and for the most part I am. I'm pointing the drone in the way that I want it to go. But interesting enough, if I start to veer off one way or the other, because I have so much room here, I can just follow that line to make it look like that's where I was headed. This is not the same when we start trying to take the drone indoors and trying to take lines with actors in the frame. Oh, I'm even trying to do a dive here. I would never do this, in real life. That would have definitely hit the ground. Okay, you saw me in the simulator. Now it's time to get down to business. I told you, I'm obsessed with drones. So this is my FPV collection. So you saw me build this one, but this is just a small subset, right? This doesn't even include my Inspire 2, my Mavic Pro, my Mavic Mini, my DJI Cinema drones. This is just my FPV drone. So as we've built this one is built more for speed when you're outside and you're trying to chase motorcycles or cars and, doing things that's fast paced and action, maybe, going down the side of a mountain. This would be the best drone for that. These two drones, this is your classic Cinewhoop. So this is more for, protected indoor flight. But the thing is, this is the more traditional one. And with this more traditional Cinewhoop, has the larger ducts, you lose some performance. It's a little bit harder to control. This one in the middle is actually a hybrid. I mean, it's still considered a Cinewhoop, but it's the new design of the Cinewhoop. You see it has much smaller ducts. This one has great performance inside and outdoors with the smaller ducts, but you're still protected if you don't want to use this and fly around people and be in fear of, cutting someone or, hurting someone seriously, right? So this is the beauty for that. The good thing about all of these drones is that all three, of course, can carry a GoPro, and I can use this transmitter for all three of these drones. This is also what I used in a simulator. So this is great because, I'm getting a good look and feel. I'm getting my muscle memory with this same controller that I can be able to use with all of these. But now look, if you remember in the simulator, it looks like I was inside of the drone, like I was actually flying the drone. Well, that's what this piece of equipment is for. This is the DJI FPV goggles, the version 2. This allows me to fly with these cameras that are on the front of each one of these drones. I'm able to pretend like I'm inside of the cockpit and I'm actually flying. It gives me the same experience like when I'm flying the simulator. So this is, a great piece of equipment, and it also has a recording functionality like a DVR. Lastly, we have the battery. Now this is very important. Great thing is this is a 1500 milliamp hour battery, a 4-cell battery. This will work actually on all three of these drones. The great thing about this is that I can use them from all three. The bad thing about it is it's not a smart battery like DJI. You have to really watch this, because if you just plug this in and leave it plugged in, it can overcharge and it can explode. I mean, it can actually burn down your house, and we don't want to do that. So look, you've seen everything. I don't want to overtalk it. Now that I have everything here, the only thing left to do is to go fly. I think I actually want to go out and fly with my Cinewhoops and just kind of get things going. So let's go out and let's see if we can get some good footage. All right, so here we go. So I apologize for the quality. This is actually coming from the DVR. It's not HD, it's not super high quality, but it does give you some backup footage. Just in case your GoPro has some type of issue, you do have some backup footage. So here I am, I'm just kind of cruising around here. I was a little bit nervous about hitting the trampoline. I'm just trying to get my bearings right here at the beginning of this flight. I'm here in my backyard. This is the hybrid Cinewhoop. Gives me a little bit more control. I can fly it a little bit slower. I do feel like I have a little bit of control. I'm just gonna see if I can go around this playground, and I'm getting a little nervous, and let me get out of here, right? So again, just trying to cruise around a little bit. I love being able to use this. If I were using the 6-inch drone, this would be much more difficult because I have to fly much faster, but it is, cinematic as well. Okay, here we have transitioned to the traditional Cinewhoop. Now I decided to take it indoors. This is at my church, and I'm trying to manage throttle control, kind of get used to the bearings as well as I can fly through the sanctuary. Here we're getting ready for Easter. Thought it would be a good opportunity to take advantage of this time and get some footage. As you can see, the ducks are in frame. I'm actually using the GoPro. I actually could take this and I can use a product called Real Steady. Real Steady Go would actually take this and smooth it out to make it look more cinematic. I didn't do this for this video. I just wanted to give you my raw footage just so you'll see me actually in my element trying to practice and trying to work through my fears. have the goggles on, you have to make sure that you are completely aware of your surroundings. You can't really tell how far up you are. Here, like when I was flying over the chairs, it's okay moving forward, but when you're moving backwards, you need to know kind of where you are. Wow. Okay, now wasn't that amazing? Look, I mean, it wasn't stellar. It wasn't like the clip that we saw in the beginning. But the point is that we overcame a fear. What is fear? Fear is a triggered, unpleasant feeling that is caused by danger, real or imagined. Well, what does that mean? That means that we allowed ourselves to psych ourselves out and imagine this potential danger. Nothing happened. Nothing blew up. Nothing got crashed. We didn't lose a bunch of money. Now all we have to do is practice. We've overcome that fear. Now we're able to go in and to actually activate our skill set in the real world. So I challenge you as you go through your journey, whether it's drones, whether it's looking for a new career, whether it's applying for a job that you thought that you weren't qualified for, I challenge you to go in and overcome your fear. Continue to follow this journey as we go through and we take over in the drone world.